What's that?
How about now? About now.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to figure out a way to get through, man. But yeah, now it's good.
How about now? Oh man, well, I can hear myself through your audio.
Well, shit, I had to get on my tablet.
Well, that's like this whole time been talking.
Right. I mean, my other phone just wouldn't work. So here, we're good now.
We're good now. So I didn't get into any topics yet. I was just saying that Game Pass has been knocking it out lately. We got some games coming that came out this month and will come out next month, and now it's going to be in this kind of schedule now where these games are starting coming out now. So 2023 may be the year, but we say this every year. That's going to be the year of Xbox. But we'll find out. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'll say that every year. But listen, I would put money on it against anybody that 2023 is when the Xbox finally starts to deliver. I mean, if they buy the studios in 2018, why are we expecting them to already have these brand new AAA games ready?
Yeah.
All these studios that they bought them, as like AA studios.
Yeah.
And after they got them, then they expanded. I mean, you look at State of Decay. Every time we hear something new, it's like they're enlisting Coalition. They got an animation studio now. So they're building these studios out.
Yeah.
But the established studio is the one that's going to bring the games. That's you got Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane.
Yeah.
Who else was it? That's first party.
There's so many. I should have brought the
No. That was for next year.
Oh, for next year? I forgot, man. Where's that 12-month roadmap thing?
Well, I mean, a lot of those weren't first party. That's why I was only asking about first party.
Yeah.
Because I think for the most part, those are the only two. If you want to count Pentiment.
Yeah.
You count it, but that one is another first party.
Yeah. Yeah. And so far, from what
I guess Ghostwire.
From what I've seen, I guess people are enjoying it or liking it and getting good reviews on it. People love the reviews. People love their scores. So far,
well, it's a narrative. Like it literally is like a book. So if you like the story, then you'll like the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I only played like 20 minutes of it.
Yeah. No, I've been playing Chronicles Rising. I've been locked in on that one.
How long does it take for that? Like to finish it?
I think like 14 hours.
I might.
12
I'm running through the Tomb Raiders because I skipped those back in the day.
It's an easy game. It guides you throughout the whole thing. There's certain things that you get lost in, but it's very minor.
Is that the one that's a side scroller?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I skipped those Tomb Raider games back in the day. I started the first one, but now I'm gonna beat them all three. I'm gonna beat all three of them.
So which one are you on?
Rise.
Oh,
are you beating them on the Xbox or on your Steam Deck or what?
I beat the first one on both, and then now it's like I don't want to go back and forth because they're getting longer. Whereas it only took like 7 hours to actually beat the game.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna play it twice again. Not the sequel. And I've been running through God. Man, I'm trying my best to get through God of War. I can't do it.
Oh, you bought it?
No, I mean I had I got a card just like I got from you, but like first one.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, it's my third attempt at trying to like gain an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
I really don't like the combat. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm trash, but it's kind of stiff, and he's like, there's not much he can do.
He's bulky and just kind of lumbers around.
Yep. And then it's like the camera angle, and it's like he backs up back, and he doesn't turn around and run away. I don't know. I don't like it, but I'm gonna keep trying.
Keep trying, man. Keep trying. Finish it.
I don't know, man.
Finish it.
It's going on like a year and a half now.
I mean, you spent your money. You may as well finish it so that way you
never even touches.
Hey, he's not the only one. So I'm not knocking that. But I'm not knocking him at all. In fact, I'm just saying, I think it would be way better for you if you in particular finished it. So that way, when you say what you want to say, no one can tell you nothing.
Yeah, you can finally finish a PlayStation game.
Well, they can't. No, dude, you're my PlayStation friend. You know I finished these games. It's just that one. I don't like it. I can't stick with it. And,
Damn.
like sick. Like if I say anything, it's gonna be based off my experience. I don't talk about games I don't play. So it's like if I say I don't like God of War, then I don't like God of War. And if you want to love it, then that's great.
Same here. Meanwhile, I'm playing Call of Duty.
The new one.
I got it as a gift. Shout out to the new Eagle. He got it as a gift for me, I guess, for my birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Thanks. That was
what are you, like 60 now?
43.
Old.
Man, y'all some old geezers.
Hey, I'm 46 now. I'll actually be 47 tomorrow.
Now. Really? Tomorrow?
Dang, you're old, Tech.
Happy birthday, home.
Yeah.
When Tech fart, dust shoots out.
Wow.
Yeah. 47, man.
You almost 50.
I'm almost 50. Yeah, almost 50. So if 40 is over the hill, what's 50?
40 is not over the hill.
It's all downhill, man.
It's all
yeah, okay.
Tumbling down, huh?
Right. Hey,
well, they say men hit their prime. What is it, 42?
Something like that. I don't know. I don't feel no different.
I don't know, man. It's like things start to come together, I guess. And like, I guess if you start exercising and you take care of yourself,
yeah, you'd be all right. Eat healthy.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like certain things just start to pop for you at that age.
Drink a lot of beer. You'd be all right.
Maybe. Yep.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, Call of Duty, it's solid, man. It's a solid a single player. Like I like the single players in Call of Duty. I usually play.
I thought they were gonna do away with the single player.
I don't know who told you that after
They tried back in the day.
Yeah, they tried with Black Ops 4. That didn't work out for them too well. I mean, even though
maybe that's what I'm thinking, that it was going to carry over like that.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, this one is solid game. I'm up to that sniper mission now. I'm not going to say any more than that, but sniper mission. So that's where I'm at. Yeah, it's pretty damn solid, man. I'm liking it.
So a lot of people are saying, as much as I knock it, a lot of people are saying, but they say that every year though. It's like, oh man, this is the greatest Call of Duty. It's like
they definitely don't say. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about the multiplayer, single player, I'm just talking about the single player. But then a lot of the
single players always been good though.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of single players that nowadays it's only now certain ones are getting their due attention, like Infinite Warfare, the one that was in space.
Yeah,
but that one now is getting the the credit it deserves. A lot of people hated on it just because that was the way you got the remaster of Modern Warfare, the original. The remaster.
I forgot if I played it. I gotta look at
it.
My
was
history.
packed in with that. So yeah. I'm hoping when Microsoft finally finishes this Activision deal that they do all that backwards compatibility work that they did to the other games, right? To get the 120, get 120 hertz and HDR if possible, higher res, especially for those games from last generation, where the Xbox was still slightly behind and it just needed that little bit extra, right? Because it wasn't the lead platform, even though it probably could have handled it. But now, to have it at 120 hertz with all those older games stuff, that will give a lot more attention. At least to the single players of those, a lot of people are starting to recognize that, even Advanced Warfare was a good one. I'd love to see.
And then put in Game Pass, and all the servers will light up.
Yeah, the servers will light up for the single player, the multiplayer, all of that. Yeah, it's co-op, the zombies, for all of those. Anytime you want to play, boom, 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 there you go. Yeah, I'd love to see that. So yeah, Call of Duty this year is pretty solid. The Warzone, I think it comes out tomorrow.
2.0.
Yeah, so the preload is up now. It's free. But here's the one thing
what's today, the 15th?
Yeah. Today's the 15th, so I guess.
So will the old one just go away then? Or does it just get updated to a 2.0?
I hope so. I don't think so, because I looked for the old one on Steam. It's not there anymore. But the old one wasn't on Steam, was it?
I don't know. I don't play Steam.
No, it wasn't on Steam. It was because it was the Bethesda app for the time.
Yeah, the Activision. What is it, BattleNet or whatever?
Yeah, BattleNet. So they probably.
That's why it's such a big deal that they finally put it on Steam, and I guess all Xbox games are Steam until they can figure out their whole Windows situation.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna try out Warzone on the PC because on Steam now with all these free games, or you can just hit the button and add it to your library instead of, with these free games, you have to go to the page for the game and install it. And then you might forget that you not own the game because it's free, but if it was a game that was in your library, and they had that button, you just hit that button. So anyway, I want to try that game on PC, see what the difference is, play it with, with controller, play with some folks, so FYI, if you see me on Warzone, I'm on the PC. Although you won't know because I think they only dictate by controller, not by platform. So never mind all that. But yeah, I know you console dudes don't like playing with PC because you think all these other things. But
don't they? Didn't they do something?
I'm not a cheater. Listen, I suck at it. I haven't played multiplayer in those in years, so I'm not. Yeah. I'm no threat. I promise.
Nah,
but yeah, man. Good game.
But Tech, did you ask if it was like a sequel? I thought it was a sequel.
To what?
Warzone.
Yeah, it's 2.0. It's just
2.0.
I don't know what's different about it though. I'm sure it's new map, new stuff, but is it really gonna be like an upgrade or not? I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like they do Fortnite 2.0, where they just do chapters and it's the same thing. They just have different settings or maps. And...
Right, or with Overwatch, same thing. Like, you can't play the original. It's just Overwatch 2 is what they really do.
Basically they do a reset to start reaming people for the microtransactions.
As always.
So if you own the old game, it's basically updates to part 2. So, yeah.
So, like,
this is worthless.
So, Sig, do you play that game right now, or are you just about to start?
What, the single player of Call of Duty?
No, Warzone.
Warzone, I think it releases tomorrow. So
no. Like, is it a game that you play, or is it a game that you're about to start? Or are you about to get into it?
I've played the last one a couple of times, right? Not too much. I just want to try it out to see the difference between PC and console. If it catches my interest, I want to play it more, which is why I'm trying it out in the first place. So,
okay, the reason why I'm asking is because, like, is it like graphically intensive like the base game?
It's the same engine and everything.
Okay, because like when you bring up Overwatch and those other games, like those games can play on anything.
Right.
So what I was going to ask is, like, is Warzone supposed to be next gen only, or is it still going to be everywhere? It's got to be everywhere, right?
It's got to be everywhere.
It's everywhere. Sure. They're trying to get that money, so yeah.
But I don't see what they can do. I mean, people are still playing it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Unless they're gonna get Rocky Balboa in there or something like that, like Fortnite style. I don't know.
Well,
I don't understand what they're doing.
They did have the Godzilla event when Godzilla came out, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
I was playing it.
Only did it for a little bit of time. Yeah, I saw videos. I didn't get to play it, but I'd seen it.
It was Nicki Minaj concert out there or something,
Even my son got into it and started playing, and he never plays Call of Duty. That was his first time ever playing a Call of Duty game. Was because of Warzone and the Godzilla event.
Yeah, the one thing I didn't like about that mode, because everything else I loved about it, was the damage you take. You take a lot of damage to kill somebody. And then after when you kill them, all it does is down them. It's kind of like Last Stand, but without the gun.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to kill them even further when they're on the ground. It's like they take a lot of hits.
That's no different than Fortnite.
Shoot until they don't move.
Yeah. But regular Call of Duty, the time to kill is way faster, particularly in this game. It's even faster.
Well, it's a battle royale, right?
Yeah, it's a battle royale. It's supposed to be other modes too, like a DMZ mode. I think from like Escape from Kharkov, not Kharkov, from Tarkov. I'm thinking Battlefield there. It's supposed to maybe be a new mode that's supposed to be like that mode. It's called DMZ. I don't know what the gameplay is. I just know that it's like a mode that they had in Kharkov or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 200-hour limit on all that crap. So like, I have to pick my multiplayer games carefully. Halo's probably the only one, and if Call of Duty goes to Game Pass in 24 or whatever, that's when I'll get into it.
Well, I was playing the Halo co-op this past weekend. Pretty solid. I had no technical issues or anything, except there was one person who was playing with the host that I was playing with. He and his wife were both playing, and I guess it was a glitch or something. I never heard this happen to anybody else. One-time glitch, as far as I know, but. You know how you get those little upgrades, so what you call the Spartan cores that you get, right? So you can upgrade your hookshot and stuff. So they were collecting a bunch of them, but they weren't able to upgrade anything. Like, it wasn't doing anything. So we were getting like pretty deep in the game because we played all night until like 5:30 in the morning. So it wasn't until like 3:45 or whatever he had to like restart the game because somebody left and somebody else went to replace the fourth guy, and all of a sudden he was able to invest those points, and now he had a better time with the hook shot. You know, it reduces the cooldown and all those other things. And before that, he was hating on the game. He felt like, what the hell, this is annoying. But once that worked out, it was all good. It was all gravy for him. But other than that issue, there was no bugs. It connected instantly, no problems at all. It didn't feel like beta or anything. It was real good.
Sweet.
Yep. So if you look at the co-op for Halo, it's here, 4-player co-op online.
Nice.
I'm looking to play it. You play on PC or Xbox?
I played it on Xbox.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just trying out Warzone because it's on Steam now, and now Steam is finally putting like the interface from the Steam Deck onto the PC version of Steam now. So I'm trying to get into my habit of wanting to build a home theater PC again. Where I can just launch with that, and I can just launch it. It launches into Steam or whatever what I need. Or Kodi if I'm watching TV or whatever. And just use it like a like a media box, and less drama and stuff, and just play games, have fun again like I used to.
That's right. That's right.
Man, it's supposed to be fun, not drama. It's supposed to be games, because these are games. We're supposed to have fun, not drama.
Oh yeah, no drama. No, you're supposed to have fun. That's what games. I mean, that's the definite. I mean, it's games. Games supposed to be fun. Yeah. Stop being mad about everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
God.
That's how I feel. A lot of people need to get back to having fun with these things. They're supposed to be fun.
God, people has lost that sense there, man. It's like,
you know what? If like everybody that I know that actually plays games and they have no drama in gaming, they're not involved in social media.
No, they're not.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
Or same guys that playing, they get disconnected, like somebody I know. Me.
Oh. I was about to say, I'm like
I'll get quiet for a few days, and I'll jump in and make one remark, and then go back and go play, and then come back, and then a month later, it's like, oh, I want to do a show.
Hey, well, man, yeah. Welcome back, though. Welcome back.
I know. Welcome back. Thank you.
Now he's been doing what Astros content, huh?
Oh,
yeah. I was doing.
Okay, let's get this over with for now. Okay, so hey, guess what?
Dude, I told y'all in the middle of the season it was over for y'all.
You got Anthony Rizzo back. Oh, big.
You won. Bravo for you. Congratulations. Got the title.
What a sweep, though. That's the thing.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, you won. Hey,
we won, Houston.
You won.
Shout out to Gary Cole.
Oh,
shout out.
Okay.
Yes.
But the other sports thing I want to say, because realize last time I spoke to you about, we were speaking about football a little bit there, and I was like, wow, the Jets and the Giants one was a couple weeks ago at the same time. I was like, wow. Then you said and I think it was last week's game where I think the Jets were supposed to play the Texans, and the Jets actually won. I'm like, the fuck?
No, dude, the Jets are not bad this year. The Giants aren't either.
Yeah, the Giants.
The NFC East is actually surprising me. Like the Washington football team, whatever they call themselves this year, they just beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
No, not the Cowboys. The Eagles.
Damn it. I don't care about the Eagles.
But but they were undefeated yesterday.
Oh,
they were the last undefeated team. So, and they're 5-5 with Taylor Heineke. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is football, like they say, any given Sunday. But no, the Jets and the Giants, I don't talk junk to anybody. I'm the most humble fan, just like I've been the most humble Xbox fan until I hear see some real bull crap. Because I know that, I really don't have anything to say to counter a whole lot of things. So I just be humble about certain things. Like, we suck, man. We're going for one of those guys. We're going for the dude from Alabama, Ohio, or the other guy. Yeah, we're trying to get the number one pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, Davis Mills is the future. You know that.
If he was the future, they wouldn't be in line for the number one pick.
Yeah. No, I haven't even paid attention at any football. I haven't watched a football game at all this year.
Really?
Nothing. No.
Bro, I got 4 fantasy teams.
No. I
watch them.
There's one.
And I take my boy to whichever one of the bars he wants to go to. Because we got this one. You're from Houston. You know they got like, I think it's called Dos Osos or something like that, man.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Dos Osos?
Dos Ojos.
Ojos. Okay.
So it's a J. You know what I'm talking about.
2 eyes. Yeah.
Man, it's like a lingering modeling championship in there.
Yeah.
So, but I can't take him there. But I take him to Bombshells or he loves Hooters. Yeah,
we got Bombshells here.
Bombshells is good. Sick, man. The food is actually good.
I haven't seen a Hooters. They closed down the Hooters that we had close by.
In Twin Peaks, Hooters is dying
because it's still open. It's like I could walk there if I wanted to.
Yeah, we got one in walking distance, which is it's okay. I mean, it's cool. I mean, but everybody's drinking in there.
Yeah,
it's like an adult bar, so I don't really take them there.
Yeah, and you can't sit at the bar with the kid either.
No, but
they won't let you.
No, yeah, but it's like he would be one of 2 kids in there, like all the daddies who couldn't find a babysitter. You know, like the single dads at the bar. That's what it's like, because it's like all adults, man.
Yeah.
We had another one. You know Wolfie's, right?
Not that one, no.
Well, Wolfie's got they were bought out by Middle Eastern dudes, and they took it. And it's no longer like hyping, like club. Because I'm telling you, man, around like, because the first set of games ends at like 3, right? Yeah, so around 3. Around 3, like in a little intermission, they start twerking. The music gets loud.
They turn it up.
But now it's like they put like a governor on the jukebox. Oh, it does not. It doesn't get loud. It's like I haven't been since like a year and a half ago. And then I haven't wanted to log into ESPN since my boy got knocked out. Because I already know it's going to be on the headlines. Adesanya. You guys probably don't watch MMA.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about
Adesanya.
Man,
yeah.
All they do is hug.
Oh, no, I don't. No. Because I remember seeing the footage of the round before he got knocked out. Dude was like, I'm going to kill you. He was talking that greasy to him. And, he knocked him out. Pow. And I seen the freeze frame of it, man. His fist right there on his mouth. Like,
yeah, I mean, he didn't knock him out. They stopped it, but I think if he would have kept letting him wail on him, because I mean, it was a tight fight. He that's the only way he's gonna beat him if he gets knocked out. He can't fight him, but like he's a bigger, stronger dude. And shoot, he's gonna have to figure something out. I don't know if they want to let him run it back or not. It's not like he went in there and just got crushed. It was in the 5th round.
He didn't.
So that was. And that way, and if it went to the cards, nobody could call who's gonna win.
Word.
Yeah, you never leave it in the hands of the judges, man.
Yeah, but if you got that, he can't crack. That little Brazilian dude can crack.
Yeah.
They've been telling him he needs to work on his wrestling for years. The hugging, like he said.
The hugging, the man hugging. Yeah.
Get up close and personal, get intimate.
They just
hug up on the
match
ground.
onto you, and it's just a hugging contest after that. And like, this is exciting.
Yep.
Everybody tells me it's a strategy. I'm like, all right.
No, it's a strategy for guys who are not good at striking it. Okay, like Floyd Mayweather turned into like a racial thing. Like it's for white boys. I mean, but honestly, like when you get these boys from Idaho, like my stepdad, he's some kind of mixed breed. So like what they do, they wrestle, right? They get scholarships, they wrestle. That's what they do. You fight them, you got to wrestle them.
Yeah.
And that basically is a way in for a lot of these guys. John Jones was a wrestler first. Daniel Cormier is a wrestler first. So that allows, guys who come in that don't have like a black belt in martial arts to go in. I guess wrestling is a martial art now, to come in and compete. I mean, Rampage was not a great fighter. He was a strong wrestler. No, that was Rumble Johnson that died.
Rumble Johnson. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. R.I.P. All the same.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah, he had Hodgkin's
lymphoma,
and something else.
And some other 20-letter word.
Yeah. These things, man, they catch you randomly, bro.
Yo, but since y'all this is a gaming thing, right?
Yeah.
Are y'all happy with Xbox?
No, I'm pretty mad.
What is it the Xbox did to make you mad?
Nah, it got me mad, man. I'm happy with it. That's all I've been playing. I haven't touched I finally touched the PlayStation 5, and that was only to turn it on and update it.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. Not even joking. It's not even a knock. It's not even being honest.
That's what you've been doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I treated my PS3 after Metal Gear came out, and after Metal Gear, then much later on Killzone 2. That was about it.
Yeah. No, I mean I haven't been playing. The only game I got on it is Ratchet and Clank. That's all I'm playing on it. My son asked me, "Did you finish Ratchet and Clank?" It's like, nah.
That's a short game.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go look for the collectibles.
Nah, I'm just trying to run it through. It's a fun game. I like it.
Yes, it's cool.
Not one of those like, oh, I need to keep playing it because it's that awesome. It's
just driving me nuts that PlayStation people, they got God of War, right? So so right now what they do is they act like they get an exclusive on a monthly basis.
And that was delayed too, wasn't it? Now it
was hot game they got this year that all of a sudden they're saying they had such a great year was delayed game. None of that stuff was come out this year. I mean, this year we're supposed to have nothing.
Yeah. God of War, that was a lie. I'm not gonna count that as a delay. That was a lie. Because when they put 2021, we all knew that was a lie. Just like Spider-Man for 2023, we know that's a lie.
Oh yeah.
That's them dangling the carrot and letting them know, hey, you got a PlayStation. The games are coming. They've been doing that for 2 generations. We made fun of them. Now all of a sudden the PlayStation fans, and now the PlayStation fans act like every date that comes, and this was before COVID, right? Yep. They would throw it. How long did they show us Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, and The Last of Us 2?
3 or 4 years.
Yeah. So it's we knew Horizon might possibly come, and Gran Turismo, it was time. But God of War, when they said 2021, that was a lie. We knew it was a lie. I'm surprised that they dropped the game.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy that they act like they get a game on a monthly basis. But give it to to their credit, Xbox hasn't given us a AAA game. And if Phil Spencer says it, then Phil Spencer said we can say it. I mean, they haven't given us a AAA game, but I'm like you, Tech. There's so many games that I don't really have time for anything else when I'm at home. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about any other platform that I have once I boot that Xbox up because I have access to so many games.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. You have so much to play. It doesn't matter what new you're getting or not getting. You still have so much that you already got.
Dude,
you haven't even touched
and this is perfect transition into what we just got today. Pentiment and Somerville on the same day.
2 other
Somerville came out too?
Yep.
Oh.
Somerville came out too. So
nobody's really talking about that, but that also got
Somerville, I've had that on my list for a good while.
Well, you've been sick. Dude, they've been talking about that game that made me Google it.
What, Somerville?
No, not that they
because I didn't know anything about it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh.
I knew it was coming soon. I just didn't know it came out.
Yeah. So they came out on the same day, and I mean, here's the video of it to kind of give you an idea what it is. But it's a post-apocalyptic game, and let's see if we can get some gameplay in this. I mean, it looks awesome. And I've had this on my list for a good while, and I didn't know if it was on Game Pass at the time, but it's in Game Pass. They just added another game with Pentiment. That's 2 games to my backlog list. And that doesn't count whatever games I may be getting, for Christmas.
Speaking of games,
we got High on Life in December for
High on Life. Yes. Oh, everybody's gonna be playing that. That looks so much fun.
There
Like
you go.
it's like what was that game with the squirrel that was on N64 and then they did the Xbox version?
The squirrel?
Yeah, he was drunk.
Oh, Conquer.
Conquer. It's like it reminds me of that where it's like the dirty humor, but it's not British dirty humor. It's not Rick and Morty humor. I think one of the guys from that is behind this game. In fact,
Yeah.
Right.
got a lot of the voice actors and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause you know they drop about what 12 games every month, so it's just all about finding the pocket and getting in there, trying these games that you might not have tried before.
mm-hmm.
And man, I mean, honestly, I only need to have Game Pass going forward. This will be the last gen whereby I go buy everything. Choo choo train.
Yeah. Yeah. And like right now, I'm playing Ayuden Chronicles Rising.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yes,
That is a game that I would have never thought of playing if it wasn't for Game Pass. You know?
yeah. There's this other RPG that's supposed to come out. I think next month. I think I retweeted it. I don't even remember the name, but
They got
it's like
Gungrave coming out in 22nd.
Gungrave next week. I think that is. Yep. That's great. That's right before Thanksgiving. So during, a lot of people, I guarantee, they'll have family over, mad people sitting around playing games. Hey, there's a new hot game that will have just released like what, 2 days before, Yeah. Boom.
Did y'all get into Persona?
I haven't downloaded. I haven't started.
I don't really play them, right? Not since like Dreamcast back in like Shimu, right? But that's one game. But see, it kind of ruins other games though, because to me that's like one of the best ones out of all the ones that I've tried. Because I've been trying to, because I've got the Trails of Cold Steel. I bought them all. I'm gonna run through them best I can. I read on How Long to Beat. They're all like 80 hours a piece. I should have thought that through. But Persona, I'm playing Persona 4 on the deck. That's the Persona 4 Golden.
Mm-hmm.
And then Persona 5, that's the one that came out last month or in the last month. That game is out. The story is outstanding, but it's turn based. And it puts me to sleep, but I do like it.
Yeah. I've downloaded it. It's on my to-do list. I just haven't got to it yet. They just the list keeps growing, man. They keep adding. I'm like, all right, I'm interested in this one. Just can't get to it yet.
Because the reason why I asked y'all if y'all are happy, because it's like, man, I was on Twitter today, and it was like, I don't know if y'all know Cowboy, but Cowboy put out something. He was a pony in disguise forever, and I was like, man, you nothing but a pony, man. You might as well drop that Stadia and start talking about PlayStation.
Big Stadia dude.
And so, yeah, but he's just a guy, man. He's a smart guy. So what he'll do is like a lot of these guys who jump on the Xbox side, right? They understand there's a big untapped community, right? So let's go build our community through Xbox and flip flop later, right? Mm-hmm. So what he did, he saw that there was really nobody that was a Stadia community creator. So he jumped over it. But you can hear in the way he spoke that it was always about PlayStation. But anyway. Yep. He put up something that Xbox can't make great games, and I'm reading comments and I'm seeing that like Xbox people, saying things like, man, y'all don't like if you're an Xbox fan, why? It's like Frog Boy, he is like he's somewhere in between. He's like a pony who's trying to get away from being a pony, but it's still at his heart. He's like, well, PlayStation had the games, but Game Pass carried Xbox. Dude, that's dumb to say. Like that Game Pass is carrying Xbox. That's what Xbox is behind right now. So if you're only looking to Game Pass for first party, then you're doing it wrong. You need to be playing every game that interests you that's in that service. You have over 300 games? Yeah. And you have Xbox people like, oh, Xbox didn't give you any first party. I mean, do you only play first party? I mean, because if you look at from all three platforms, five releases is a good year, and only Nintendo is doing that, first party wise.
Well, here's the thing, the first party discussion it's like a metric that's irrelevant. That's only ever brought up by a bunch of fanboys who's trying to like defend their platform, usually from PlayStation guys, but you can see that from Nintendo as well, right? But any platform could make that point that they have these exclusives, right? But they love to say first party when, unless they're an internal development house that was organically created by, you know, the home company, right? Nintendo, Sony, or Microsoft. Is it truly that anyway? Or does it even matter? I don't think it does at all. It's just a talking point they use to say, well, because they know their platform is rich in that, but it's irrelevant as to the quality of a game, if it's going to entertain you, if it's even worth your time. None of that matters if it was exclusive or first party. That's just bragging rights.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
that's nothing else but that. Now they
list
everything
wars.
and calculate everything. Right. And then they base and they judge everything based on that. And you know who the ones who did it, frankly, it's PlayStation fanboys, and to a lesser extent, Nintendo fanboys, like far lesser extent, by the way.
Dude, I rarely see Nintendo fanboys on Twitter.
Right. Like 10% of the time, you know, it's like the ratio I would say, 90 to 10, right? Is PlayStation fanboys who's doing this. A little dash of Xbox here and there who's fallen into that point of debate, right? But it's just a talking point they have because they already know that's what they're strong in, but it doesn't even matter at all because that's not really a relevant thing. But then they just like to, to frame their discussion all around that, and then attack, usually Xbox to say, oh, they don't have that.
Yeah, I just asked to make sure that I'm not out here just being in too deep, fanboying too hard, because it's like, man, like I really am enjoying my Xbox. Like I have all these platforms, and I'm the first one to say that it's overrated. I only have time for one. Technically two.
Well, I've been saying that for a long time too. I mean, even before this year, it's like I had no intentions in getting the PlayStation 5, but I just got stuck with it because I couldn't get rid of it. Right. And so now I got it. And
that's
even before the PlayStation 5, when I had the PlayStation 4 only, I never touched it.
Bro, hey, talk about being stuck with a PlayStation. So I got one. And I got it for somebody, and then they reneged, and then me getting busy, I forgot to return it. My 15 days have lapsed. So I have a PlayStation and a blue controller that I'm stuck with, along with a Steam Deck.
And an
LG thing. No, bro. I have another one. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you done messed up.
And it's hard to flip because I'll sell it for retail, but it can go to Steam and do it just the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the thing you were saying about how you have multiple platforms, you stick with the Xbox. I do see for you that the Steam Deck is like a close number two, or at least Steam in general.
That's why I said technically two, because I put in work.
Yeah, I definitely see, because you could see that in the activity log. I see Stone King X in particular. He posts a lot of screenshots and stuff of him just using his deck, and he had DM'd me a couple times. He's just really, really enjoying it.
The Steam Deck, right?
Steam Deck, right? Yeah, the Steam Deck. But there's a lot of advancement. Like I was saying, they finally are starting to add that whole interface that they added for the Steam Deck into the PC version of Steam, right? There's a lot of work Valve has continued to do. Like Valve and Xbox are like the top two where you see updates come out constantly, where they listen to the user base. They do generally what they ask. In fact, I would say Valve with the Steam Deck is even more.
Yeah, I was going to say Valve is second to none.
Exactly what we asked for, and it seems to me part of the reason why they're able to do that so well is because they seem to want the same things anyway. Like they're seeing it from our point of view. And so it's pretty easy for them to do what they're doing. All the features they've added to the Steam Deck, like anyone who was unable to get one day one, right, and who had waited for a long time or whatever, besides the fact that it's easy to get one now. If you order one, you'll get one in 3 days at this point now, right? They've already taken care of all the backlog, so now it's pretty easy to get one, right? Yeah. But and it's been like that for like a month or two now. But anybody who's joining in now is getting a way better experience and I got day one.
That's always the
Far
case
better.
with
Everything
Tech.
works better. Everything just makes more sense to the platform in a similar way to the Xbox, with this dashboard that we've had now since, the One X time frame, right? They've added a lot of features. It's very mature now. And so now they're really changing around the interface a little bit, but behind the scenes, it's generally the same. Like we're about to get a new update, probably before the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
That changes up the look a little bit. But it's because they've been able to stand on, the past improvements and continue to improve. And the platform, not just the system itself, but the platform as a whole has evolved to be way better. Like for anybody who's new, anybody who's a veteran on the platform, for both Xbox and Steam, but particularly in the case of the Steam Deck, it's just been monumental. Xbox is a close second, but yeah, Valve has been, they've been putting in that work big time. You love to see it too, because it just shows their commitment.
Yeah.
That to me shows that they're serious about having us take some market share from Switch in the future. Maybe not, of course, not this generation of handhelds, but going forward, they're gonna try to, because they don't sell PCs.
Nope.
But if they did, they would run the same kind of play. I mean, they tried with the Steam machines back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a whole lot from the Steam Deck 2, whatever they decide to call it. But they're second to none.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's the way you do it.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it. You can lose people early if you don't.
That's the textbook example of what you got to do to keep the people who started with you the whole time, because they will evangelize for you. But the next thing I want to see, besides a handheld, this is definitely what we're going to discuss the next time we do a Steam Deck episode. But besides, the obvious improvements that everybody can expect with the next iteration of the handheld, right? I'm also hoping to see, well, they can't call it a Steam machine, but they need to call it like a Steam Deck, like mini, just like a box. Like ETA Prime, who's always demoing, these new mini PCs. They finally have now, those 6800Us, that same chip they have in the Neo 2 or whatever, the Geek. And that's a new level of minimum performance. I feel that you could put that in a box. It's not going to need a battery, it's not going to need a screen, and you got Steam OS. And if you want to put Windows on it, you can. But if you just want,
you still haven't done it, have you?
Not yet, because I'm waiting for them to do the dual booting situation officially in the operating system. I always said that, and that's why
it's bootleg tech. I wouldn't do it.
I'm waiting till it's official from them in their interface, where you can switch between, you can just install Windows and just resize the drive, all of that. I don't want to do all the hacky work.
I maintain that they're not here for Windows, and we're not going to get that kind of integration.
They already promised they would. It's in their change log. They will do it. They already said they will.
If they said they would, then maybe they will. They will. Their word.
But the point is that I'm making is, you got these little boxes. So I think for SteamOS in particular, I really like about that interface is that you can leverage everything that's great about Steam and the PC platform, but you could do in a console style of menu. Like their interface is really good in leveraging, everything that platform has to offer. So for someone who wants to try, PC hardware, I think a Steam machine-esque, like one of these mini PCs with SteamOS out the box, would be great for somebody. I think they could, have a model that's real cost-effective but upgradable at the same time. You take off the lid, you add more RAM, you add a SSD, or just a SATA hard drive for real cheap. Subsidize this one if you can. If not, you team up with one of these other manufacturers. But because they don't have to pay the Windows tax or these other things, it'll already be a little cheaper for them. I think that's possible. I would love to see that happen, in the next year or two from them.
But real quick, guys. All right, I was talking to Legal earlier today, and it seems like these console manufacturers, they're not really looking to take losses anymore, like sell their hardware at a loss. Do you guys believe that the market could support $800 to $1,000 console?
No. Oh hell no. $599 was a tough pill to swallow a long time ago, and they still they're still ready to do that.
It's 2022.
Right, I know, and that's exactly my point. In 2022, $4.99 is still a tough pill to swallow. And,
okay, but you have the market leaders selling $550 headsets. You have $500 to $600 handheld PC consoles.
But that's not a mainstream thing like
but
that.
Well, let's just say that the way that the market is now, gaming is as big as it's ever been. And Sony says, you know what? Xbox says, you know what? We're tired of seeing these people complain every time a game comes out, like a Plague Tale Requiem and now Evil West. Because at this point, it seems like these developers need more power to brute force poor optimization. So we can give them the best hardware, the most in-depth hardware.
Right.
I watched Jason Ronald talk about everything the Xbox Series X could do, and we're into the second year now, and hardly any of it is being utilized. We're still getting 1080p games just to hit 60, and it seems like these developers, they need, to brute force this poor optimization. So give them more power. Because even on like 3000 series PC, they're not optimized.
Well, that's been a talking point for a longer time than you realize, particularly on the PC, right? But now with the consoles getting to the tech race, closer and closer to the way the PC does it, even, so this is coming back around. But the problem is there's always the lowest common denominator. There's a narrative out there, trying to push it to put that to point that finger at the Series S, right?
That's always PC. That's stronger than a 1060.
Right, but still, right, and exactly what you're saying, and that's the answer to it right there. But and still, what the real answer is the last generation of consoles, right? This is why when Microsoft was upfront about it, that they're going to, support the last generation for another 2 years, they got a lot of crap for it. Not just from PlayStation fans, who of course led the charge, but from other people as well, because they knew what that meant, that it was holding it back, right? But then immediately after, well, not immediately after, but not too long afterwards, Sony did the same thing. All of a sudden, it was like, oh, bravo! But,
they have to set a time limit.
Right,
of when they have to cut the tether, you got to cut the rope, man.
Yeah, you got to cut the rope. But unfortunately, what I've noticed is when you see games like Gotham Knights and stuff like that, there's a couple other games here and there that are not getting as much press in this regard, but need to, because they're doing the same shenanigans where you see the performance of these games aren't what they should be, because most of these games that I've seen also have PC versions as well. And they see it, that even on the PC hardware, that it should be performing a lot better than this. And it's obviously the developer. Either they needed more time or whatever the issue is, it's on them, right? But they try to, point the blame elsewhere.
Oh, they always try to blame, it's the hardware can't handle this. No.
Right. You're being lazy.
The hardware's there.
Yeah, because if Batman did what it did, if all those Batman games did what they did 2 generations ago, you can't tell me this level of hardware can't. And I think that, and that speaks to what Realistic's talking here, that it's a problem. A lot of these developers just always got excuses, but we're gamers out here. There are those among us who know what's going on, and more and more people are getting this education every day. You can't just sit here and lie to us. You can't fool us forever and then think you'll get away with it. I mean, the last couple of times, situations like this have popped off, it hasn't been good for sales, right? You can name a litany of games that have done that. It's not good for sales. It's not good for PR. It's all bad news. Okay, when they say, bad news is good news, no, it's not. Bad news will eat into your sales. And then with certain games, they can never put that effort, to fix the situation. It's rare when they do. They're remembered because they did. Because it's an uncommon thing when that happens. So, yeah, I think it's just really lazy developers overall.
But I think the market will support it, especially if let's just say the Series X is the low end $500 normally priced console that eventually gets to $300 before the end of the generation, and then you come out with a console that's $800. Maybe you subsidize it, maybe you don't, and then it's a really $1,000 console.
Time to use that all access.
Well, see, that's the thing though. You start to run into, if you're gonna pay that much, you might as well buy a PC.
Yeah. But again, it's still a closed system. It's straight out. It's
and they still can't optimize for it.
Yeah.
That's my issue. With as many PC configurations out there, you can have an AMD and an NVIDIA graphics card, or NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, Intel. It's like all these configurations, and you got this one closed platform, and they still can't figure it out.
Because on PC, we really don't have that issue, because on top of things, I would others say is also that they, on the PC, kind of, it polices itself as well, right? Like, you can't sit here and do this crap all day for someone not to know it, because of the very nature of the PC platform. You know, it's a platform of enthusiasts and the technology in and of itself, right? And so you can't get away with that. You just can't. And I feel like the console realm is slowly getting into those attitudes and mindsets as well. You know, the more knowledge that gamers are getting about the technology behind the scenes and stuff.
Yeah, because you have to see, like, Sony and Xbox, they sold us quote unquote next gen, right? And Xbox's calling card was performance. I don't know what Sony was talking about, but Xbox was all about performance. That was Phil Spencer's word. We're looking to have better performance. We're going to see diminishing returns as far as visuals are concerned, but we're looking to improve our performance. 60 is the standard, and then we're getting 30 frame games.
You're getting 30, yeah.
So some got to shake. What you got next on the docket, man? I've just been asking stuff.
Next one was the title of the show, Keystone. So we got Idle Sloth here, who provides good stuff every single time. Phil Spencer says that he wants a Keystone to retail around $129 with the controller. The reason why Keystone was shelved was that it was more expensive than Microsoft wanted it to be. Some of the team brought it home, and it worked. It worked really, really well. Keystone was built in 9 months. Some of the silicone choices they tried didn't allow them to hit the price point they wanted. Phil is confident they will hit the price point sometime in the future. xCloud uses PWA app, or the progressive web apps, and Chromium-based browser. $129, that's too high.
Yeah,
I know it. I know it includes a controller, which eats up about what, $60, $65, right? Because that's
on the retail side, not our side.
Right,
well,
retail side.
The retail,
and then it's like, okay,
side.
You get a little box for an extra $50 or so, $60. It's like
$129, so that's 30 plus what? Oh, what's less than 100? Like another.
So it's
40.
double. It's pretty much double.
Yeah, double.
And I think that's too. 99, I think, would be the sweet spot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. They need to hit that $99 price point. But if you read what they said and what's being discussed, they know this too. That $129 is too high, and they probably have it done already, but it's just not, at that price point yet. So they're waiting until it is. They don't really need this right now, despite the name. This is not a keystone item that they need to have. If they never release it, it's not going to be a knock against them. They don't need it because they're integrating, this functionality into TVs and everything else. But,
right, and that's what they said here in this little
you'd like to see it
clip here that Idle has. Keystone, it was more expensive than we wanted. We actually built it with the hardware we had inside. We decided to focus the team's effort on delivering the smart TV streaming app, which is out now. It was really just a direction. Okay, we're going to focus our effort on partnership with Samsung, and where the app might continue to show up in different places over time. With Keystone, we're still focused on it and watching when we can get the right cost. When the Series S at $299, and during the holidays, you might see some price promotions, and you obviously have the Series X higher. I think in order for a streaming-only box to make sense, the price delta to S has to be pretty significant. Yes. I want to be able to include a controller in it when we go do that. It was really just about whether we could build the right product at the right price, or if we couldn't, how could we focus the team's efforts? We decided to go the TV route, which so far has been working, I guess. I mean, I don't know anybody who uses it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
they'd have to buy a Samsung TV. Everybody I know has an LG.
Yeah. I know a couple people with Samsung TVs, but not ones that are new enough that has this functionality built in. But the other thing I was saying, this is what I was saying also in the DMs when we were speaking on this earlier. Not only do they need to hit that $100 price point, it can't just be something like the little X Cloud streaming stick. If that's all the functionality you get for $100, even at $100 with the controller, right? That's just not enough. Not only would they obviously have to pack in, maybe 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate or whatever out the box, okay, and that's expected at the $100 price point, okay, not even to just make this more enticing. It better be like to have the functionality of like a Roku stick or a Fire Stick or whatever, where it's got these streaming services and something, because it can't just be a dumb stick that all it does is xCloud.
Well, that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. It's going to be like a dumb terminal, that's not
worth $100, even with a controller, even with 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate packed in. That's not worth it at all.
Well, then I'd have to challenge, like, what are you guys valuing?
Actually, no. I got to take that back. No, the math adds up because 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate is $45. Controller is $60. Yeah, that's $95 right there.
I would say just give them a whole 6 months.
No, because see, while you guys were talking, I was looking up sticks. Right, they average $40, and all they do is play movies unless you jailbreak them.
Yeah.
When you compare and you would assume that the Xbox Keystone would do those same things, including in addition to playing games, right?
Right.
And that goes back into what I was saying, man. These companies don't necessarily want to take a loss, and at this point, Microsoft has the technology, but I don't think that they believe that the market would support them at a certain cost, right?
Right.
So at some point, they have to stop giving away things.
Yeah.
Right. You guys want them to give them a Keystone, give them Game Pass, and that's not enough. At some point they have to start making money and have confidence in their product. But I don't believe that they think that the market will support them at $129. Yeah. I think that they would probably want to be closer to $79.99.
Yep, I agree that too.
Yeah, but the thing is, let's just say Sony had the technology. They could throw it out there at $129 and they might be able to get more traction. Also, we get to a point where we have to see, is Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo actually growing gaming, or are they all just competing for the same customers? Right, because gaming needs to grow for these types of technologies to really, take flight.
Yeah,
Microsoft has the technology, but you need the Candy Crush screen tappers to buy this thing.
Yes,
you need them out for their phones and on their TV screens, and that's what they're moving towards.
That's also why they bought King Games, or they're trying to get King Games in this ABK deal.
Right,
that's probably the biggest play of. Well, that's probably the main reason they're doing all of this, frankly.
Well, they don't have any presence, and Microsoft is playing chess because the way that they were handled back in the day, regulatory agencies aren't handling Apple and Google those same ways. They're not making them open their platforms the way that they made, the way they kicked down Windows doors. So Microsoft has to play chess, right? Epic had one game and they tried to play that with Apple, and Apple said, "To hell with you, we don't need it."
Yep.
And so Microsoft is moving in that direction as well. But if they can create some type of coalition whereby they can make Apple play ball, then they're talking, right? Yeah. If they can create this game store, then they're talking. Microsoft has to play chess because they're not the thing that put them on the map with consumers was Windows, and that is no longer their biggest moneymaker. So they have to go in through the back door of all these larger platforms. Microsoft really messed up by not taking mobile seriously.
Yeah.
If you watch Power On, you see how much Bill Gates was in love with Windows and PC, and it needed to have Windows. And Microsoft already had Windows Mobile. They just didn't take it seriously. They didn't innovate. They treated it the same way that they treated Xbox. Same thing with the Zoom. When you want in, you got to show that you want in. So I think that Microsoft is weighing both sides. Are we the ones? Is the market going to support us releasing this at a price where it makes sense for both us and the consumer? And I think that's the problem. But $129 for a person who cannot afford $300 is fair. The controllers are $65 to $70. The stick, so that means that the stick is $70. So if that stick not only plays games and also plays movies,
well,
then it's more than worth it.
Actually, no. You said the stick was $40. I've seen $40.
No, the average TV stick, the Roku, the Google Ultra, whatever, and I looked up the Fire Stick, the Google one, and Roku. Now they all have their low end, which is like $20 to $29.
That's what it needs to be, because remember, this is Xbox.
But that's movies.
Not 4K. Like,
I think
video playback is simple.
I think that we underestimate the power of video gaming. We will say that it is the number one entertainment medium today, but then say, "Oh no, the market won't support certain things." My only concern is that they need to be growing it. We need more than the 300. We need more than the 350 million that get involved in gaming. You have all these people on PC, 300 million Steam accounts. These are the types of people. They're all competing for the same dollars.
Yeah.
When they need to create new customers somehow, and that's what Microsoft says, and that's how they speak. But when I see them be apprehensive about putting out a $129 stick, especially back when those consoles, and the consoles is still hard to get a hold of, and they have an Ethernet. It has an Ethernet cable on it. But I don't know if y'all understand how close to native that is when you're streaming through Ethernet as opposed to wireless. Go ahead.
Right. But see, that's the thing about it. Like, I have like a Xiaomi Mi box. It had a remote. This was like, 2015 or whatever. I bought it at Walmart for $40, right? It outputs 4K. This was like 2015 or 2018, something like that. Years ago, right? It's just a Android TV box. It was official from Google, supported everything. It wasn't one of these it's a Chinese manufacturer, but it wasn't your one that you get from Amazon where it doesn't support Netflix and blah blah blah. No, this was official, right? And it supports 4K output for video. But remember, xCloud is only 1080p and it's just running a stream anyway, so it doesn't need a lot of horsepower. And if they could do that in 2018, it's 2022, right? They're trying to get the cost down, because I imagine they're going to sell it, package it in with things, take a loss on it, to spread it out there so there's another terminal available. Because you got to look at it at two ends. At one end, you can just use xCloud on your phone and a litany of other devices. This thing isn't necessary, right? But then also, you could also look at it as, if you spend a little bit more, you get a Series S that does all the things that I'm saying this needs to do and more. It can play games locally where you don't need to stream and all of that. Yeah. See, the issue with this device is it's low cost, and it might be a low cost of entry, but you need high speed internet with no data cap to be able to fully utilize it. If you have a data cap, or if you got in a price point, or if you just don't have the amount of money to be able to invest in what it requires, even if this stick is $25, it's still going to be out of your price range, because eventually its costs will add up. Your internet, all the services you need, everything else. It has to have a balance of price and what it offers you. And it's going to be tough.
Did you guys pay attention, or are you familiar with the Orion presentation by Bethesda?
No.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so they were able to do what they did on 25 megabits per second. So you don't need super fast gigabit speeds.
25 megabits per second is not cheap, though. And
that is cheap.
Data caps.
That's cheap. Data caps are an issue, but 25 megabits per second is low. I can do a speed test on my phone right now, and I'm getting over that.
Listen. No, I can tell you. Listen, because I came from New York, where I had 10 down, 1 up in 1998 on cable one. In 98, okay, most people didn't even hear of high-speed internet. A lot of people didn't even have 56K yet, okay? So when I moved out here to Pennsylvania, they barely had that, but then there was a data cap of 50 gigs a month. 50 gigs. People looked at me like I was crazy.
I was so fortunate enough to get with companies that never gave me a data cap.
Right, and a lot of people don't realize about how bad that is. Remember, the number one cable company in America is Comcast, and their base things to get unlimited. I think it's like $50 on top of whatever their plans are. To get unlimited.
It's like $200 down here.
Oh my god! Right, I pay $97 a month.
And this is what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying.
From
it's
who?
not as prevalent as you think.
AT&T.
Yeah, they're trash.
It's not as prevalent as you think. You think that 25 megabits ain't that much. It wasn't that long ago when I didn't have that. And I had no
that's
other
slow
option.
though, man. I mean, what you're in the Poconos, man.
I'm telling you, that's low because we had the speed.
I've done jobs in Enid, Oklahoma, and I'm getting 300 on Spectrum.
Sure, but
I've been in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I've worked in Lake Charles, Louisiana, through I can't remember which, the Southern Link, and we were getting over 100 for $50 a month. Like that's pretty low.
But there's still data caps. You don't even know. You could be using something by this connection.
Well, no. I told you you have a point. Our bill is like $280 including cable, and for the unlimited, it's like an extra $40. And before that, on Comcast, because they introduced that like a few years ago, and then they started showing you the meter, and then they were trying to basically tell you, don't worry about the data caps because most people don't use this much internet anyway. So like the 500 gigabytes, that's more than the average American family needs. But when you look at me, I have 4 children, my wife, myself, and we all have tablets, 2 cell phones, video games,
movies. Yeah.
Right.
If you just use Netflix and Hulu, you bump into that. And this was years ago already. You bumped into that.
Bro, we
Netflix and Hulu alone. Forget gaming and everything else.
Before these next gen consoles came out, we were averaging around 800.
Yep.
A month.
I don't know what I use. I need to look it up.
It probably doesn't matter, but like because they don't meter you, but AT&T was the one that made me conscious of it. They came over here, set me up on Uverse, and then 125. I was like, wow, that's way cheaper than Comcast, and we're gonna give you 100 speed on average, 100 megabits per second on average. Cool, that's great. 125. Get that first bill, 150 gig cap.
Yep.
And that's why I don't like AT&T to this day. But now I'm hearing, I've seen a whole bunch of fiber trucks on the freeway, and I've heard that they stopped the metering. So I'm like, okay, cool. But Comcast, I mean, it's very consistent. It's the most used one for a reason here.
Yeah.
They're number one for a reason. So
yeah, that's why I hear about down there in the Texas area. Like you guys are so lucky compared to a lot of areas. New York obviously is lucky, LA obviously lucky, but it costs in both those areas.
New York,
they have
New York,
it,
LA.
but it costs a lot of money.
New York, LA, Dallas.
New
York, LA, Dallas, Chicago, DC area, New York.
But everybody doesn't live in big cities, That's the problem. And at some point, the Series S is dropping. Atlanta, another big city, and then
San Francisco.
And another thing too. You got it.
No. I'm really like pulling them up. Those are the ones that are going to get the best service first. Yeah. Only Google Fiber started in Kansas.
They only started that up again because remember for a long. No, wait, that was Fios. It's a shame of what happened with Fios, but like. See, and also we have to remember, the Series S, they're bundling it for $250. You can get it for $250. They were bundling it with Call of Duty for $250. All these crazy deals. Microsoft will continue to use that as a loss leader to get people in. So it's not going to be long before it's $199, and even if a stick is $129 or $100, it would be a better option to just get a Series S longer term. Put that extra $100 in. That would be the better buy, and I think they're considering all these options, all these paths, through the situation. And yeah, we'd love to see it, but it's not necessary. But it would be a good fit, and that's why I feel like the name, the code name of this thing is the oxymoron, the Keystone, because it really isn't. It's not a key piece of the puzzle that even needs to exist like that.
Yeah,
honestly, I'd love to see
it's not ready yet. It's not important. The world ain't ready yet. So, but it would be if this was 2032. Because the for the hardcore gamer, it'll never work. But for my mama, it'll work.
Yes.
And I think that's who they're trying to capture with this. But they're having a hard time getting into these people's consciousness.
So I'm looking at my bill here, and for my gig fiber, supposedly it's $119 a month. but I get a discount of $29, so it brings it down to $90. Is what I pay. I don't pay any equipment fee. That's waived. So that is it. I pay $90 every month.
Wow, I pay like closer to 400, but I also have the phone. You know.
Well, see, I don't. I mean,
in the living room and all of that.
See,
stuff.
we don't have the TV stuff. We just have the Netflix and all that junk.
I got the TV. I got the TV for my mom. You know, she's here 6 months out the year. You know, 3 months on, 3 months off. So, you know, but unfortunately, you can't go month to month or whatever because, you know, they put you in a plan or whatever, you know, a contract. You know, it costs less throughout that plan until the plan is over and then they jack up the price. But you can't just, you know, take back the cable box for 3 months and, you know, and then save on the fees, right? Because you're a part of a contract and, you know, this is how they lock you in, you know, classic tactics out of these guys. But so that's the thing, like all these situations make it tough, you know. Like, you know, where do you put your entertainment dollars? You know, where do you put the infrastructure dollars that you could leverage that entertainment? Because you need that, you know, high-speed internet, and you can't have a data cap if you do too many services. That would eat it up like that, and then you have to pay a lot more money. So it's just a whole cluster of just decisions and problems and things that need to be worked out. And one day it will be, but for now, we just got to wait it out, I guess.
Well, it seems like I don't use that much data. I use 1.6 terabytes for last month.
Terabytes. And it's not that much.
That's a lot.
You hear your words?
Is it?
You hear your words, but at the same time, it's 2022. You're right. That isn't that much, especially if you're using one of these modern consoles, even from last gen. That's really not that much. You have a whole family doing all the things we were talking about. That's not that much. But when you think about it, that's still nearly 2 terabytes. And the month is, dude, it's only the 15th.
No. This is for last period from like October 9th
to
November 8th.
Okay, so a little over 1.5 terabytes of data. That's a lot of data, you know? That's a lot of data. And over time, you know, that's not as much in terms of cost as it should be, you know, because because the requirements always increase. But that's still a lot of goddamn data, no matter how you look at it. Even in 10 years from now, when it's, you know, you could download a terabyte in 2 seconds, that's still a lot of data.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I'm looking at my charts here. It's unlimited. Yep. No cap. No cap. I ain't capping. No cap.
No cap.
No. Yeah, that seems like my normal usage, like 1.3 to 1.6 every month.
This is a lot to consider for Microsoft and for the consumer. So
would you buy
it? I can see the trepidation. I don't need it. I would buy it as a gift for someone, but I wouldn't need it. But if they had it on sale, I probably would grab one because I would, especially if I wanted, if I need another controller. Yeah, that would be a great way to get a controller. Yeah, you know, because at $100, I could get a controller, you know, plus the stick.
If it was $100,
has extra, especially if that stick has extra uses, I'll toss that in my bag and just keep it there with a controller.
If it was $100, it was $99.
That's a
retail. Then it's an automatic buy for me.
Yeah,
not because I need it.
Even if you need it, even if you don't need it. Yeah,
I mean, I don't need it.
Right,
but I want it because I want to try it. I want to play. You know, I want the new tech. I want to try it out. You know.
Oh, you know, another thing I remember. Remember, there's been some rumor that, well, I don't know if it's rumor or Microsoft has said outright. I think they might have that they wanted to start their own, you know, Android store, right? App store. You know. Amazon did their whole thing where they took Android, you know, and they forked into Fire OS. They had their App Store. You know, they got their own version of Android. They're doing that whole thing. Microsoft just wants to do their app store, you know, have their apps and stuff.
But isn't that what the Windows Store is for?
But for Android. No, just for Android.
Oh, for Android.
So if this device is Android, right? Because what platform would this be running on? I can only assume it's going to be Android, right? It's not going to be iOS, right? It's not going to be Roku. It's going to be Android, you know, because Microsoft does Android, you know, they have Android, they got the Surface Duos and stuff like that. Yeah. So this is the other reason why I say it should have all these other services, because it's just software, right? And if it could play the xCloud to play videos, it could do these. It's the same job, right? So you would like to see that as something you could toss in your bag, you know, stocking stuff for $100. Let's go. Yeah. You know, you'd love to see it.
No, it'll be a good starter for some people who bought a TV right before the new Samsung came out,
right,
with an app, who still can't afford the new consoles, even with the $299s.
Yeah, they just bought that TV a while back. They don't,
But they also have to be kind of a little bit educated about what they're getting here when it comes to Game Pass and what this thing can do. They can't come in buying like, oh, I got me a little Xbox. Look at this cute little thing, and then turns out like, oh, it's a streaming box, and get disappointed.
Maybe they could do something like All Access, where they have the Series S. You get a Series S, you get Game Pass, Ultimate, all of that, and you pay. I forget what it is. Monthly for 2 years or whatever. In fact, a lot of people should be ending all of that. If they started that from day one at launch, a lot of people should be pretty soon wrapping that up. If not,
and they'll forget to turn off the automatic renewal, and now they're stuck on Game Pass.
There they go. But I know a lot of single moms and stuff were asking what to get their son that year, and I was like, if you can get your hands on that,
single moms, don't you?
Yeah, I know a lot of single moms. Some related to me, some are friends of stuff. It's not that I'm not that kind of guy like that, but yeah, I sort of kind of was that kind of guy for a while. But no, I'm just like like a lot of people, hey, just like yourself, dude. I can only imagine. And I'm sure Realist is the same. You're that person that people come to with tech questions. Yeah. So they asked me, and I tried, particularly if it's a single mom with a son or a daughter, kids or whatever. It's cost effective, but they'll get what, and they're getting their money's worth. So
it's okay. You don't have to get all nervous. I can only
imagine if they did that with the stick, that would be cool. But that would be a cool thing if they did. Do something with like the All Access.
I mean, if they're talking about this again, I mean, maybe it'll come out in the next couple of years. No,
maybe. They could do it next year. Here's what they could do. They could do All Access, right? As long as you pay for All Access for a year, you get to stick in the controller for free, right? There's many ways to skin that cat. I think they're just sitting there thinking about which is the most likely way to go for them, because whatever they do is going to be at the detriment of those other options, and they have to stick with it, and they have to be confident that it's going to work, and it actually has to work, because they can't decide to go a different path in the middle. Well, that's going to kill the whole thing.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see. I'm interested. I just want
to see more info about it and what it does first off.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks like a tiny little S.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. You got the HDMI, you got the Ethernet, which is awesome because you got to have Ethernet.
Yeah, you got to have Ethernet for streaming.
And that USB-C port is obviously the power.
Yeah.
So that's your power right smack in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I mean, it's got to be a button in the front to sync up your controller if you got more than one.
Yeah, that white button up top is probably the power button. You notice where that little Xbox logo is in the corner? That's probably a little Xbox button, and they probably have a little sync button in the front.
But this is a concept too, isn't it? This made up little image.
No. I think it was on Phil's shelf.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. The last was in the past month or so. I'm pretty sure that
it was on the shelf.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that's a mock-up from that.
Right.
Well, all right then. So I guess we'll find out and see if this will take off one of these days. 99 has to be. I can't pay over 99 for it.
Yeah.
Myself, I wouldn't pay for it, but again, it just goes back into, are they growing gaming, or are they still trying to just get the same people to buy more than one thing? Because most people who are already playing games, chosen their platform, they don't want a Keystone. They don't want to play on the internet.
Right.
You got people who are complaining about how long it takes to download a game. But if they can somehow get it to where it can run on some of the slower internet providers, then it'll work, because you don't need to download anything. And we don't even know how it works, because the beauty of Luna is that it runs through your router, right? And it's supposed to be super low latency. Same thing with Google.
It's just one less hop that runs through the router. That's
there's ran on Wi-Fi, so that's why theirs ran so much. There's so much lower latency on the Stadia as well, whereas Xbox is still running through Bluetooth.
Well, there's only good latency on Stadia because nobody's using it.
Well, in about a month and a half, nobody will be using it. Like literally.
I mean, no latency, man. So check out the speed on this game, man. Nothing.
Man, that's crazy. That did y'all know that Google has more money than Microsoft?
Of course.
I wouldn't assume that. I mean, Microsoft is worth more, but they have more cash than Microsoft had,
cash on hand.
And they chose not to invest any of it into gaming.
Yeah. And I put this in our chat, but did you see this is for $99 to Core Elite controller?
I saw that, but I bought one and I got it, and I've been playing with it every day. It's black and red and white.
Oh, you got the lab design?
I guess I'm not in your algorithm. I posted pictures of it.
Yeah. $99, man. I mean, that's pretty good.
That's great.
That's a nice price for the
Hey,
core.
Tech, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hey, Tech, do me a favor. You see the little dark mode button right there above, next to the head, next to sign in and register on the left side, the little button there to put dark mode. I just want to see. Oh, yeah, that right there. Okay, see, I don't understand why most people, when they're doing like on YouTube, they usually don't put the dark mode on. Like the contrast is a lot easier to read now, I think, when you stream.
Yeah, it is. It is easier to read.
But yeah, this controller, man, like, dude, the fact that they were able to release it without the little add-ons, we discussed this before, that's cool. And at the same time, if you decide you want that stuff later, hey, you could pick it up. Or if you already had one of these controllers and you want to spare of that pack of stuff, boom.
Yeah. I mean, 99. I mean, you can't beat that, dude. I mean, it's $99 for an Elite controller. I know it's just a core, but still, I mean, that's a great starter.
No, that's a great deal, bro. A great deal. It's better than good.
Anniversary controller, but yeah,
I got that too, still in the box.
That's my main controller. I don't even use my Elite as much. I usually use it for my PC because that's what's synced to it. But yeah, man, because I got in that 20th anniversary dock as well. But I might get another one for the Elite controller, even though you can just charge it in its case. Yeah, I love that dock. It matches the controller and everything. I really like that dark, see-through. I wish it would have an Elite that had.
I don't even touch any of my controllers. I just got them up there stacked up and collecting dust.
Yeah, I want to get one more where I design it from the App Lab or whatever they call that, or Design Lab, and make one like Dreamcast style.
About all these game-themed controllers, and I don't even game with them.
I'm gonna stop.
That's what they all say.
Because I got the needle. I got the needler that I never played with. I got the Xbox 20. Then I got a Target had a sale on Xbox controllers. I bought the only one I didn't have, which was the yellow one, the Volt or whatever. So I bought that one because those controllers were $38.
Oh wow!
Well, isn't that nice?
Y'all didn't know that?
They
were posting it all over Twitter that Target had a online deal. But when I went into Target, they had it.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
And the only color I didn't have was the yellow one, so I went ahead and got the yellow one. It's in the box. I hid it and I put it in the house so my wife couldn't see it. But yeah, man, that core, bro, is a great deal because, like I told you, you can go on Amazon and get those paddles for $19. You can get on eBay and get them for $15 in whatever color you want.
There you go. Yep. There you go. No, these I knew what I was doing when I was getting these controllers that I got. I was like, I'm not gonna use them. I just want them for show. They look nice. Some of it are limited editions, especially that Sea of Thieves. People are wanting that Sea of Thieves one.
That is nice.
I am not getting rid of that one.
I wasn't collecting back then, but that was one of the coolest ones as far as the customs are concerned.
Yeah, I played it maybe once, like, all right, I'm putting it away. But yeah, I haven't opened up the 20th anniversary. That one's still just kind of like in there. I do want to put up my Halo Elite controller that I got back in its case and put it away, but because I want to get one of these core ones because I really don't want to get the stick drift or mess it up. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
man, I've been seeing people's pictures. Finally just responded to one guy. I was like, man, what are y'all doing to these controllers?
I don't know what they do, dude. Yeah. It's crazy.
I was like, are y'all like doing nervous picking? Are your hands too sweaty? Is it too humid where you live?
They're putting spending their money in a big 12 and they're just flushing it because they're never
I don't
using it for
know.
anything.
It
So
is
what the hell?
crazy because I have my Elite controller, the first one that I got back in 2015, 2016 or so. And if you just wipe it down nice and clean, it looks brand new. It looks brand new. There's no scuff marks. There's no rubber coming off of it. There's no dents. There's no missing parts. You clean it up just a little bit and it looks brand new.
I even threw it one time.
Oh, rage.
Because you know it's super heavy.
It is heavy.
And it still works. Like, I don't know
Were you
what
trying
these
to hurt
cats are
somebody
doing.
with it, or what the heck?
Somebody hurt my feelings.
I actually still have an Elite 1 still sealed in the
Bro.
box.
I gave mine away when I bought the Elite 2. I gave
It's still sealed in the box and it's still sealed with the wrapper around it that it came in the shipping box.
Wow.
Bro, I was playing Halo, man, and man, I was lighting this dude up, man. I could see where I'm hitting him in the head. And then they gang banged me out of nowhere in like 2 seconds and killed me. So I'm like, God dang, man. Boom! But it didn't break. I don't understand these cats. I don't know what they're doing. Like, if they're using a claw grip, I don't understand. Like, what are y'all doing? And then, like, after the second one, I'm not buying 3 more to complain about that too. It must be a problem, or it could be like the manufacturing origin. I don't know, because I know that my design lab came from China. Mm-hmm. It got here in 9 days too. That was fast.
Right from the factory. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they do, man. It's crazy when I see some of those pictures you're talking about that they just destroy their controls. I got a crap load of controllers, and none of them are destroyed like that.
Well, it's the rubber part that comes off on the Elite that I've seen most.
That's what I've seen.
But I don't understand how. Like, I just play with it, and then this new one I got. That's the only controller I play with.
Yeah,
that's the only controller I play with it, and I like it.
Is the design lab the same
nice.
Price as the core, like 130?
Yeah,
I think it's $10 more.
It's not. It depends on what you get. Like, if you get your name or something on it, and then you get it's $129, and then I think it is $10. I think $6 right on the to customize the colors.
Yeah.
And then there's other like little things they charge you for.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't charge me for the metallic triggers. They didn't charge me. I can't remember. I'll have to just pull it up.
I need one that says Astros champion and all that.
But see, they don't have. Well, I guess they do have blue and orange.
Like Yankees daddy.
That's the best. 16 characters though.
The one that says
Or
we want Houston.
I told you sick. I told you J Rock. But you gotta love. You gotta love fans.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
that was the most toxic I've ever seen Techno. He was going in, he was doing YouTube streams.
Oh yeah,
he was limited. I let him
man.
live, bro. I let my boy live, man. I'm like, we lost one. It's whatever. We won a mad time. Let the peasants have one. It's okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I mean,
Congrats, man. Congrats.
Fucking Yankees.
it's actually $149. Sick.
Oh, okay. So it's $20.
Well, or tech for $149 plus $10 for the name if you get it.
Yeah. So.
And then it's the original cost if you get. It's the same $200 if you get the little pack. The little charging case with the triggers. What's that?
The GoPro Mini. It's my new toy.
Dude, you got a drone and everything.
I didn't need this, but knowing me, I gotta have it. I got my 360 camera, which is a lot of fun to play with too. My 360 camera. And so
I gotta get myself a gimbal. That's one I've been meaning to buy for like 2 years. I haven't bought it.
What's a gimbal?
It's basically that thing you put your cell phone in, and it's got the like gyroscope to keep it,
stable.
Yeah, stable the whole time, no matter how you move it. It kind of looks like a selfie stick, but it's got like a motor on it, and that's where you put your cell phone. Trust me, you've seen it. You just didn't know the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine now that you said it.
I'm a GoPro guy. Like, put it right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you one that I've been looking at. What's been on my wish list for a long time.
What, a GoPro?
No, the gimbal.
The
I'm
gimbal.
talking about in particular.
Man, I got one that I bought a few years ago, and I barely even use it for my phone.
Here it is, $99. I'll put it in the private chat, and then also I'll put in the chat for everybody else to see if they care. In the chat because it'll be in the archive.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
got the number 3, I think. This one has a lot more stuff in it, and they got a better case. The other one looks like a dildo. The one I got.
Yep, this is the joint right here. It's got an app you could use on an Android or iOS. eBay has it for $75. Hold on, let me see if it's used or not, or if it's new. Because sometimes you be buying stuff new. I can't tell if this is new or used. Brand new, unsealed.
I hate this. This is the case I hate. It
$75.
has
I would get it here.
Look at my can. This is the case.
Oh, I see it. The little black one.
This
Looks like a little guitar. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I told you. I told you.
It's like a little guitar case or something else. That's all I'll say.
So,
All right, y'all. Hey, I remember that game. It was Forza again. Remember, I was like, man, there's more than 2 games. It's Forza. Forza's coming out again.
see, that's the gimbal I got for my phone. Oops, almost fell out. Which is good, but I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. So, but all right, man, let's shut it down. Get on.
Shutting it down.
I'm getting hungry. I didn't even eat anything.
Yeah, I'm getting thirsty myself.
I'm
Any
going
last
Carl's
words,
Jr.
guys? Any last words?
Bastard. Any last words?
Any last words? Any contact information? The Steam expert, my house Steam expert, Steam Deck.
You could find me everywhere. Great games are played on most every platform. SIKSLAYER, including YouTube. You know, I got the handle at SIKSLAYER on YouTube. So yeah, everything is SIKSLAYER.
Yeah, only look for me on Xbox. The realist with a Z one.
The realist.
Yeah, that's it. Because I mean,
Putting
I'm
clowns
starting to make
shame.
Steam friends, and not like we game up or anything.
You got friends.
Yeah, and then like Nintendo, boo. PlayStation, I don't play multi-plats over there. So boo. Just find me on Xbox. Maybe one day I'll make a YouTube channel like you guys.
There you go. Do it.
Do it. Y'all gonna come be on the show with me.
I will.
Oh yeah, man. You've been on mine. You should be on yours.
I'll jump in.
Bro, I'm always trying to talk games, man. Yeah, know.
Yeah.
I thought it was
as an adult,
what happened? Legal back
legal. You know, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Billy Jerome.
We're gonna do a show. And then next thing you know, man, I'm still in traffic, or man, I'm tired, man. It's you know, hey man, no pressure, man.
Yeah.
Whenever you get the wild hair up your ass again, I'm ready.
Dilly Jerome from Australia, dude. Like ignore the first 10 minutes of the show because I had the mic off the whole time. If you're gonna watch it from the beginning,
bro, I was trying my best. I was like, man, what can I do? If I shoot him message on Twitter, he's not gonna see it. All right, let me get my tablet and go in the chat.
Yeah, that caught my attention quick. And I'm like, oh man, it was set wrong. Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, I've been watching your little shorts too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, those. What have I been putting out? I didn't put out anything, did I?
Probably a week since you sent me the last one, but I go through and I watch them because I noticed like a lot more people are doing them.
I told you, you gotta. I mean, people have to do them just because you get pushed down.
I said, legal man, you gotta do some shorts. Can you imagine that?
Get so mad.
Yeah. Man, this is a new controller.
Well, my son started doing it on his channel, and he got the same response. And people are like looking at his stuff like. And I told him, it's like you have to do. It's like if you want more traffic, you have to do these stupid shorts. Otherwise, you'll never get any traction. So
Bastards.
I know, but supposedly in February they're going to start compensating people for making them. So
Sweet.
And compensate people for making what? Oh yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Right now it's nothing. And people are well, how do you think you're gonna do it? And it's like, we don't know.
But the problem is, man, people still think of YouTube the way it used to be. Like YouTube created a bunch of millionaires. And so when a lot of people, when they get into YouTube, they see those people, and it's not the way it was.
Yeah.
Nope. That people aren't making that same kind of money. The ad revenue, it was like, I can't remember the numbers that I heard. It's like 3 cents now. It's like, okay. And you need to have X amount of views before you can even start to count that stuff.
Yep.
Because I remember these guys, like, man, I used to, when I first started watching YouTube, these little guys that make these funny skits, and they were getting rich.
Yep.
But then you have guys on Twitch now, there's competition, and a lot of people aren't paying that same those same revenue dollars. So the split's going down, and the split between YouTube and the content creator is changed as well. So, if you're gonna do it, man, do it because you like it, not because you're trying to become rich on YouTube or be able to sell some merch.
Like I'll get on the subreddit for YouTubers, and that's what you see all the time. I want to make this a full-time job. And it's like, dude, you better get a job first, and like,
get yourself a job. Don't depend on it.
Don't depend on it. Do
it as a passion thing, and then when you do it like that, it can
like
grow,
I get. Like,
you're gonna be down here down bad like Wings of Redemption.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna blurt it out. The first year that I started getting monetized, I think the first year I made like $5,000. Right?
What?
And after that, I started going downhill because of the way the algorithm started working. Like, it started working against me. So now I average like $1,500 a year. But
those guys who are. That's why I was like, tell young guys, like, we got a nice little crew, a lot of gaming enthusiasts. Mm-hmm. And the same way everybody else is out there, getting super chats, buying new things, giving things away. Because you got guys like 100 out there pulling money out of his pocket. Like, I mean, and not getting as much love as I think he deserves for doing those types of things. But you got guys like Boom out there. Shoot, he didn't even have to work. He can pour him out his police salary, but we can all see the super chats.
And everything.
Yeah, but he's pouring out in his police salary, but we see the super chats. Same thing with like Colt. These guys are out there, getting super chats. But
and now they do a podcast with other big names making other side money, side hustles. They do, something like or this place, that place,
You gotta build a network, man.
Some are, some are. It's not the standard. I don't want to make it seem like all he does make money. It's not like
that. But don't sit around saying how I'm gonna like another one of the guys in our community who used to run with us for a little while. Doesn't want to work. I'm gonna just start a YouTube channel, and then nobody shows up. Now you down bad like Wings Redemption.
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all probably know what I'm talking about because he kind of looked like Wings of Redemption. The Latino version.
Yep. You know the
one. But it is what it is, man. I like talking about games, man. I like that, you bring the subject up and we go on, and then every now and then I throw a curveball because there's so much I want to talk about, and I depend on you guys for a platform to come around and talk. I really don't like going into Twitter talking to those retards.
But I see you getting engaged, though.
No, I mean like in spaces. But yeah, when I'm sitting around doing nothing, I argue with people on Twitter. It's a time waster.
Yeah,
but when you got shit to do, like, it's not worth the headaches.
Yeah,
it was like that one space. The last space I was in that Liga was doing. Some dude asked some stupid question about PlayStation out of nowhere, but he said it with such a flat tone. Like, if you weren't really paying attention, you wouldn't notice that he was just trying to distract. And it was my turn to speak immediately after. So I just answered this thing with the no nonsense, just approach him like, well, it was just an Ascended DLC. It's not like this is a shit talking point that I'm making. It's because it's known. Ragnarok was an Ascended DLC. So if it didn't have the level of content and whatnot that you saw in the first one, well, hey, that's the reason why. I said it was such a blasé, just it's like I took a knife and stabbed him and twisted it, and if I did it all blasé like it was nothing and just kept it moving. and he was immediately, put down to not be a speaker. Actually, he was done speaking anyway. So it was just like, hey, man, you want to play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, let's end this. We tried the last 10 minutes. We're still here.
All right, y'all. This show, man, it just said leave.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Peace.